Hello and welcome and welcome. Hello and welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This week we are going to be making, or knitting, sorry, the heart chain sweater. This is I was gonna say this is a pattern by, but I do not know how to pronounce the name. This is by Mayoring _O on Instagram, I believe. That is the name that I'm saying at least. So, I don't know why I thought I couldn't pronounce that, but anyway, moving on. This is a gorgeous cable knit sweater. I'm going to be making this in, the cables are shaped like little hearts, obviously, hence the heart chain. I'm going to be making this in this red. It's a little bit darker than it comes off on camera. It's closer to this in person. But this is merino from Temu. It was my birthday present from another. The label says Rowan. It's not. It's Temu. I have 16 of these. I believe they're like 50-gram donuts. I will be double stranding to get the correct weight of yarn for this. So I technically only have 8. I think it might be enough. I don't know, but hoping. I will be knitting this on 5mm needles. It says 5.5 in the pattern, however my gauge is closest with a 5. I probably could have gone a 4.5, but I don't want to risk it. My gauge was 1 stitch bigger on a 5mm, and I feel like 4.5 will take it down too much, though the smaller size on this pattern is 30 centimeters bigger than my bust measurement, which is what it's based. It says to pick a size 15 to 20 centimeters bigger than your bust measurement. The smaller size is 30 centimeters bigger than mine. So if I went down to a 4.5, it probably wouldn't have mattered. But I don't want to risk it. We're just going with the 5mm. And I'm doing, like I said, the smaller size, which I believe in the pattern is a small. So we are incredibly. It says a 4.5 for the ribbing. I'm going to make a note to remember that I will be using a 4 most likely, since that wants to go down a whole millimeter size. I will do the same and go down to a 4 for the ribbing. And I believe that's everything that I need to say for this. So let's get started. that is the back yoke done. Cables. It is really pretty. What you see here, this colour on this side is the closest to the actual colour, because this camera just won't pick it up. But you have to keep looking at the chart for the heart cables because they aren't easy to remember. When there's like multiple different little cable pieces. This pattern is mostly made with the chart. There's no explanations for the charts, which I'm fine with. I can read the chart, but if you're a knitter that needs an explanation for them, this isn't gonna work for you. But it works for me. Lovely. If anything, having to read just the charts for me is incredible. I don't have to stop and read more words than I need there to be. I am a little annoyed with how good this looks because it looks machine. It looks like one of those ones that you buy in a store. Really happy with it though. Paper detailing is just so pretty. Let's start the inherit. Yes. it is the day after I showed the clip of me joining in the round, or the clip of me updating that I was around. I know I didn't speak in the video, but it's the day after that. This might just be the next clip after that as well. Anyway, I'm quite far into the body now, but I just ran out of one of the skins that I'm working off. That's the rest of the other one. But I'm going to switch to the collar and then the arms, just to make sure I have enough yarn for the sleeves, the arms. I'm not awake. It's like 1 o'clock or something in the afternoon, obviously, because it's sort of light out. I'm just not awake. It's a slow day today, so I'm not even trying, really. So, but yeah, I'm gonna switch to the collar and then the sleeves, because I only have 10 skins left, 10 donuts left. This used 6 of them, which I think is pretty good. And we're, I think, like halfway through the body, or close to halfway through the chart. I don't know, I think this might be cropped because it's not like a super long body, but also I'm tired, so I'm probably just not visualizing it properly. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to the collar and then the sleeves. I've said that 3 times now. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I figured I'd jump into actually say an update instead of just showing you one, since I haven't done that in a while. I still haven't fully weaved in all of my ends. I weaved in the ones that were from we had to cut off for the back panel, and then cut the left panel. I weaved in those ones because those were the ones that I probably needed to worry about, because they're the ones that if they get loose, everything else goes loose. I'm so chatty when I'm tired. There's no need for me to be talking about this. We're moving on. we have finished both sleeves, and I am now back to working on the body. I can't remember how much I have to do on the body. I don't think it's too much, so we could maybe finish this today. I doubt it, but we could at the very least get close. I finished the second sleeve, and I started these two pretty close to the end of the second sleeve, and I still have 2 more on my shelf, so I should be fine for yarn. So hopefully we aren't playing yarn chicken. Still feels like I am, but hopefully we're not. I have also looked up whether steam blocking is okay for merino wool, because I do not have room anywhere to lay this flat for wet blocking, so steam blocking is literally my only option. And from what I can find is that it's gonna work and it's gonna be alright, so hopefully that's fine. The sleeves actually have perfect fit, or near perfect fit lengthwise before blocking, so I'm gonna try and block the body for length rather than for width, because 30 centimeters extra is, I don't need more room than what's already in the sweater, even unblocked. But the sleeves I'm gonna try for width, because they're not tight, but they are fitted around my sleeve, my arm. So the cuffs are really great. I did have to find a tutorial for the 2x2 cast off. I will link the video I watched, or the tutorial I used. I can't remember who it was by, but it was really good. Yeah, I really like how the cuffs and the collar look in the 2x2, so I'm really happy with this. So let's finish it so I can layer it. It is 8 o'clock, same day as last update. I have finished the body cables. I'm now onto the ribbing, which I've just started. I will not be finishing that today. That's not happening because I think I need like 15 rows of ribbing plus cast off, bind off, whatever, and bind off's gonna take a while. So I'm not doing that today, I can tell you that. But should be good on yarn. It might just end up being 12 rows for ribbing, which is 5 centimeters, but just I don't know, it just depends how far this gets, I guess. It should be enough to get me 15 rows. I don't exactly know how many rows. It's 6 centimeter ribbing for the body, but the cuffs are 5, and that's quite a good amount of ribbing. This yarn just attracts so much dust. I don't know if you can see it, sort of. It's just everywhere. There is not that much dust in my room, I swear. It's just all of the little bits. But all the stuff is ribbing. I'm gonna continue working on it for a bit tonight, but I will not be continuing. It's starting to get tired. So we'll see. Sorry, my laptop. My computer's updating. I don't know whether it's done or not. Can you hear me? No. You can see. Not done. Okay. Yeah. Ribbing. Most likely will finish this tomorrow because I have plenty of time tomorrow. Hopefully. Unfortunately, that does make it just over a week of work for this. It's done. But still, like a week for a full cabled sweater is insane. I love thick yarn and big needles. It's great. Would have been a real great achievement if it was just a week. But yeah, that's the update. I'll see you tomorrow. Dust is everywhere. Oh my god. We are done. I will start by saying this. Blogging didn't really change, or steam blogging didn't really change the fit too much. The sleeves are a little better. The body, it's not as fitted when my sleeves are slightly up, but when they're down it does shrink back in a little bit, but it is more wearable after blocking than it was before. If I ever get space to lay this flat, I will wet block this. It's not, I don't know if this is fully merino wool. I know it's not acrylic because the amount that I steam locked this, it would have melted, and it didn't. So, not acrylic, but it is definitely some type of natural fibre. I don't think it's merino fully, based on the fact that it is a lot itchier when worn before blocking. After blocking it is a little better, but around my neck, slightest bit itchy. I mean, it could be merino, who knows, but, and it's just one of the ones that my body doesn't like, but I'm noticing the cuffs are sitting a little looser. You can see part of the pearl now. Before you couldn't really, they were fully cinched up, looking more like that than like this, so a little better. Yeah. Now I used all of the yarn for this. Ow, that was my thumb, if you heard that. I'm pretty sure these came in 50-gram balls. So I had 800 grams of yarn for this. Double stranded, by the way. So if, yeah, I don't know how much meterage was in them because of course not. Like the only yarn that I have left over is from weaving in my ends and tiny little scraps of the skeins when I've tied on a new one. I did not end up with 6cm ribbing for the body. I just did the 12 rows of ribbing for 5cm ribbing because I ran out, but I'm happy with the size of the ribbing is, so that's fine. There are two options for the collar in the pattern. I did the folded collar because I wanted to try it in this construction, so I did. This took 43 hours and 7 minutes. This is my longest project so far this year. I have others that are going to take longer, but they're not done yet. So this is so far it. I really liked the pattern. It was really good. There was no part of this that wasn't interesting. It was always keeping my mind on it. Because the heart chain is multiple different cables in one or multiple different directions, and then that with the diamond and the two normal cables, it always for my brain to enjoy it. And these sleeves, they don't have a hard cable, but they do have this little squiggle one. It's basically the cable that is the all-over cable for the wavelength cardi, which is on my list. I really want to make that. It's on my plans. I think it might end up being moved up further than it is, but it's on my plans. I just need to find a good yarn for it. But that is essentially the cable that's on that. The sleeves were a little bit more boring than the body, I will say, because decreasing for it takes, it's sleeves, I don't know, man, it's Sleeve Island. Shockingly, I didn't get stuck on Sleeve Island, but it was close with the second sleeve, let me tell you. I don't know why I pointed to that one, technically it was that one. Anyway, but yeah, overall very happy with it. I really like how it came out. This did make me remember how much I love the look of 2x2 rib, which is a little annoying because I know most patterns are 1x1, so I'm not going to get 2x2 very often, but it's fine. The pattern is really nice, but I feel like it could use a little more written detail, maybe for some other people, because while it was fine for me, I know some people do like a little bit more written details. I don't think the pattern designer is English. Most of her posts are in, or their posts, I didn't check pronouns. Most of their posts are in a different language. I'm stupid, I don't recognize which one. I'm not gonna guess and screw up. It's not originally in English, so that could be why there's not as much detail, but that's not my business. I just think there could be slightly more detail for people that like written instructions. There's no instructions for where you need to do the pick up and join edge, like which part you need to join it to. I joined it to one of the legs in like the pick up knit row. I don't know if that's fully where you're supposed to do it. That's where I did it, and it works and it looks fine, and no one's gonna see the inside anyway, so it's not even that big a deal. But it wasn't like where you were supposed to do that or exactly what bind off you were supposed to do for that. I just did like the basic knit one and then slip the previous stitch over bind off for that, because that seemed like what would be the right one. This is itchy. This is itchy. Concerning. Anyway, a little bit more written detail would be nice, but overall, for someone that does prefer charts over written, it's a good pattern. All the different sizes of the charts are separated and all grouped together, which I really liked, not having to scroll to find one part and then the other part and then the sleeves. So that was really nice. So yeah, I liked it. good pattern, and I am, besides a little disappointed in this not fully blocking, I am still really happy with the fit because there is still positive ease in it. I can get the collar over my head with my glasses on. It is a little tight, but that's more the bind-off edge than the sweater pattern. So, like, it has a lot of stretch. It's that you're getting your head through the whole thing. Bad wording. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.